Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Dian Ramadani. And here in this video, I will do practice teaching for 11th grade senior high school. This video is intended to fulfill the microteaching course assignment. Alright, so let's begin. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, class. How are you today? I'm fine, thank you for asking. So before we start the class, I will check your attendance first. So there is 20 students in this class. I think everybody is here, but I want to hear your voice. So please unmute yourself. I will call you one by one. First, is Melanie Dwi here? Alright. Ananda Nurul is here. Alright. Nurul Intan is here. Right. Indah is here. Alright. So I think everybody's here, so we can continue our today material. So what we will discuss in today's material is about analytical exposition text. So there are several points that I would like to discuss with you guys. First is what is analytical exposition. Second is the purpose of analytical exposition. The third is a generic structure of analytical exposition. Fourth is the language features of analytical exposition, and I will show you the example of analytical exposition, and the last is conclusion. So let's define what is analytical exposition. Do you guys know? Do you guys feel familiar with this kind of text? Alright, so analytical exposition is a text that elaborates the writer's idea or opinion about the phenomenon or issues without persuading the readers to do something. An analytical exposition text will only persuade the readers that the phenomenon or issues are important or worth it to be discussed by providing the arguments to support the topic. Analytical exposition text evaluates a topic critically but focus only one side of an argument. In your life, if you have ever tried to persuade anyone on a certain issue, then you have used this analytical exposition. So, do you think you ever tried to persuade someone? Yes, I believe you ever tried to persuade someone. So, I think you are familiar with this kind of text. Is it true? Yeah. So, is it clear enough? Any question? If there's no question, I will move to the next slide. So, the purpose of analytical exposition text. First is to persuade the readers that there is something that certainly needs to get attention. And the next purpose is to analyze a topic and to persuade the reader that this opinion is correct and supported by arguments. So, where do you think you can find analytical exposition? Anyone know? Yes, that's right. You can find it in newspaper article. You can also find it on letter, legal defense, speech, editorials, political leaflets, essay, and newspaper article. In the next slide, we have the generic structures of analytical exposition text. First is thesis. In thesis, writer introduces the topic and indicates the writer's position. The writer also outlines the main argument to be presented. Text is always found in the first paragraph of the text. And in argument, the writer explains a series of arguments that support the thesis. In conclusion, the writer restates his or her point of view. So, is it clear? Is there any question so far? So, I will move to the next slide if there is no question. So, there is language features of the analytical exposition text. First, in analytical exposition text, you have to use descriptive, persuasive word with emotive connotations to emphasize your viewpoint. This word can either be positive or negative. You can use thesaurus to find an appropriate word. For example, instead of using bad, you can use appalling, unfavorable, ghastly, or terrible. Instead of using good, you can use, anyone else? Yeah, you can use fantastic. And anything else? Yes, you can use incredible, momentous, and remarkable. And in analytical exposition, you have to use present tense. I think everyone here is familiar with this kind of tense. So anyone wants to give me one example of using present tense? Yes, Ananda, that's right. She is a good teacher. It is present tense. She is a good teacher. So it's about me? No? Okay. And the next is use mental verbs. For example, I believe, I prefer, I agree, I dope, I disagree. Those are all mental verbs. The next is use saying verbs to support the arguments. For example, people say, it is said, research indicates, research shows. Those are saying verbs to support the arguments. The next is use connecting words to link to arguments so that the flow of arguments is logical and fluent. In mentioning several parts of arguments, you can use first, firstly, second, secondly, finally, furthermore, moreover, and many more. And to summarize or to conclude the points, you can use, in summarizing, you can use in short, in a word, in brief, to sum up, and in concluding, you can use in conclusion, on the whole, all together, in all, and many more. And next is use causal conjunction to indicate cause or reason of what is being stated. For example, because, consequently, despite, due to, for that reason, in case, otherwise, yet, first, second, and many more. And you have to use words that express the outer attitudes to qualify or to confirm. For example, will, frequently, may, must, usually, typically, habitually, commonly, doubtless, and many more. So here I have the example of analytical exposition. First I will read the whole text, so you have to listen carefully. Banning of motorbikes is necessary in the housing areas. Motorbikes are a nuisance and a cause for great distress. Even though motorbikes are considered as the most convenient form of transportation, I think they are a hazard to humans, animals, as well as the environment. I think motorbike should be banned in housing areas due to the following reason: cause of unreasonable amount of noise, air pollution, disease, and accidents. First of all, I would like to point out that motorbikes are major contributor to the pollution in the world. Research has shown that motorbikes emit a deadly gas that is dangerous for environment. Consequently, long-term emission of gas from motorbikes is a major contributor of global warming, according to Science Daily. Secondly, according to a report from BBC News channel, motorbikes are also responsible for causing diseases such as bronchitis, cancer, and a major trigger of asthma and high blood pressure. Some of the diseases are so ghastly that they can kill people. Furthermore, motorbikes create so much noise. There is vroom vroom noise everywhere. It is extremely difficult to sleep. Parents with infants find it extremely challenging. The moment their baby falls asleep, one or other motorbike passes by, the baby wakes up. It is also for children or those to concentrate on their homework. Experts are of opinion that if there is extreme noise, it can lead to deafness and lack of concentration in children and adults. Finally, motorbikes are responsible for horrible accidents. In some cases, there are deaths. Motorbike riders go so fast that they are unable to stop on time. Thus, they end up hitting other people or animals. Many times, a lot of animals are trampled and found dead on road. Motorbikes are known to be the biggest killers on the road. In conclusion, from the argument above, I strongly believe that motorbikes should be banned from housing areas. So, do you think you can find the thesis in this text? Anyone want to answer my question? Where's the thesis? Yes, that's right. Thank you for answering my question, Ananda. The thesis is in the first paragraph, so I will move to the next slide. Here's the explanation. The thesis statement is in the first paragraph. The second paragraph is the argument 1. The third paragraph is the argument 2. The fourth paragraph is the argument 3. The fifth paragraph is the argument 4, and the last is the conclusion. So some of language features are used in this text. For example, the mental verbs. There is I think, I strongly believe in the last paragraph, and the conjunction relation such as first of all, secondly, furthermore, finally, in conclusion, and casual conjunctions such as consequently, and the saying verbs such as Richard shows, and the use of present tense such as motorbikes riders go so fast. So in conclusion, analytical exposition text is a text that is intended to persuade the readers by presenting arguments to analyze or explain how and why. So after this class, you can check your Google Classroom. I already posted there your new assignment about analytical exposition text. So here is the text that you have to analyze, the language feature and generic structure. The due date will be on May 15. So thank you for your attention. If you have any question, you can contact me. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I will end this meeting. Thank you.